All right, and I think we are live. Hello and welcome everyone to Indian Racing League. This is Division 1, and as always, it's Saturday, so it's a Singapore race, which Smith Shah and I will be commentating. Smith Shah, who was the race winner in Zandvoort earlier this season. Smith, how are you doing? And welcome back to the commentary box. It's been a while since the two of us commentated on a race
Yep,
for Division 1.
that is true. It's been definitely a while, but it's a pleasure to be back on comms with you here. And thanks for the introduction. Here we are at Singapore, which is, I believe, round 8 of the
I
season.
think it's around 9. I'm just opening the points. Yes, it is around 9 of 16. So we are exactly done with
Yep.
50%
I
of the
mean, today we'll
season.
be done halfway. Yep.
No, we're already done with 50% of the season with VFix leading from Husrav. That's a 17-point difference at the top, and Caesar behind, a further 7 points behind. So it seems like the top three are in a championship battle of their own, but let's not discount the likes of Ahif in P4 in the McLaren, who might also pose a threat if the top three get involved in a lot of incidents.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you so much, Jin, and good to see you on the chat. Hope you're doing good, buddy. I mean, talking about Vifix, Caesar, and Hoshrav, or these guys. These are definitely really quick. But Ahif definitely has been amazing as well, coming from D2 this season to D1, and has shown that pace. So he has been consistent. Great to see such drivers in this league. And let's see, we have likes of Shrikant Das as well, who's a D2 driver reserving today in D1.
Yep,
So let's see what he
absolutely.
does.
So we have a few quick drivers reserving, and we also have Crazy Mouse Monster reserving. So let's see
Oh,
how
yep.
that
I
turns
believe
out.
Redstone is also D2.
Yep,
So, and yesterday he
Redstone.
definitely shown, they showed crazy pace, Redstone and Oxidize.
Yeah, both the
So,
McLarens were on
McLaren boys.
fire last night. And hello, Herschel, HVP, how are you doing? How's London? And when can you get your hands on a PlayStation to finally join us on Saturdays? Jin is asking about the Constructors' Championship, and yes, Jin, you are right. Alpha Tauri are 89 points ahead of McLaren in the Constructors' Championship, so they have a very strong hold. Hushrav, who's one of the protagonists in the whole story around the Drivers' Championship, does not have a teammate tonight, or a teammate who can score points tonight. That's Vyom, who is serving a race ban. So Ferrari is languishing in fourth position, 135 points behind. But it's still half the season to go, and judging by what has happened so far, Smith, this is IRL, so anything could happen in the remaining 8 races.
While anything could happen, but it definitely seems Vifix, has really got the hang of this game. I haven't seen him making mistakes. I don't even think if he's got any penalties or anything, any warnings this season.
I think he's probably
So,
got like one warning or something like that. Also, I'm just assuming right now, so I'm not
assuming,
100% sure whether he's
yep,
got one. But yes, he definitely looks pretty much in control of this championship, just like Max Verstappen is, to be honest,
yeah,
in the real life
yeah,
F1.
it's Max and the other Red Bull sister car, AlphaTauri. So,
Right. And there was a time, Smith, where I remember AlphaTauri used to dominate uh, this season itself. I think you won a few races. Abdul had a couple of podiums in Division 1. AlphaTauri is doing especially well. So maybe it's time to introduce a joint constructor championship. What do you think? I think you'll wipe the floor with the rest of the field if that happens. Smith, are you here? We can't hear you. There's some disturbance. Also,
I'm
while I know Smith,
why?
Smith, you're cracking up on my feed. If you can just maybe just check your mic once again. Crazy Mouse Monster has retired from the session as TBK goes is the first person to put a lap time on board. And if people on the stream can let me know if they are able to hear me well, and do you? Oh, what's happening with Epic Brothers? I think he's letting someone through. Also, let me know if you're hearing the voice of the fan in the background, if it's a bit too much the audio. If that's the case, I'll probably look for a solution there. But
I hope I am audible as well.
yes, Smith. Now you're audible. Now you're. Thank you. Now you're back.
Okay.
And yes, you're saying something. I think.
No, I was in fact on board with Vifex. I mean, he's just there in the second last corner. Now he's about to, almost get done. While he goes through the last corner, takes that curb really well, and I believe that is the fastest lap. And yes, that is just, I think, 400s faster than Hushraf. And what a lovely lap by them.
Yeah, 500 faster than Hushrav. So VFix and Hushrav, the common protagonists as far as the race for pole position is concerned. Epic Brothers has just started his lap, and this man, let's see what he does in qualifying. He's usually one of the people who does is usually in contention for pole,
Yep.
and let's see what happens this time. Last time around in Jeddah, he was up by 7 tenths in the second sector, but he lost it at the final chicane there. This time around, let's see how he does. Lots of chicanes here around Smith. What's your thoughts on this track? Especially now, I think in this game, because you cannot take the curves in those final sectors, or you cannot ride them as much as you could in the previous games.
Yeah, taking curbs actually make you lose kind of time. You just need to, hug them or kiss them slightly. You need to like be really gentle with them. Can't really ride them completely. While we are on board with Epic Brothers, who's going through the bit section and now into the back straight. Car looks really planted. His DRS is wide open and he goes straight. And he does get a good entry and a good exit. Manages to keep the car on the track over there. And yep, a little on those curbs, might have lost a bit of time over there because that curb kind of throws you away. And now he's just going through the last few turns. And let's see what time he puts up as he comes to the last corner. Just takes
There
that
you
curb slightly, and he
go!
kind of he does
Once
spin out.
again,
Yep.
throwing away a promising lap, Epic Brothers. I hope he does not go to the pits from here. Please don't do that, Epic Brothers. Yes, he stays on the track and is going to do one full lap. It's a 148, which is not at all representative. Let's find some fast people. Is Chipshima on a lap? Yes, he is. And if the game is to be believed, he has put a purple sector 1 Smith. And yes, I
Oh.
agree with you, Jen. I'm not sure if Smith was talking about his relationship or how to take Singapore curbs. But here we go. Chip Shima is through the final sector now, and his car seems to be glitching a little bit. But I think he should be fine on his screen. I don't think it's moving around as much as we see here. I hope the fan. I mean, I hope that you can't hear it because I've turned it off. Chip Shima across the line goes P9 with a 39.3.
Yeah, I think that's a good banker lap by him. Definitely, we have seen Chips consistent as well. This season, he has been a bit unlucky with a few things here and there, but yeah, another person to look after.
Absolutely, and Ahif has retired from the session in the McLaren, and the only McLaren I see out. Has he retired
I
in
think
the
it's easy
pits?
level.
I mean, it is easy level, but did Ahif retire in the pits? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he had a quali ban, but either ways, he has retired from the session, so he will start from the back. And let's try to find someone on hot laps.
I am on board with Shadow. Another.
Yeah, it seemed like Shadow was on a lap. Yeah, let's go.
Yep.
And
Yep. Oh no, he's not. His battery is done. It's blinking.
yeah, it's
So
down by 8 tenths, so this is not going to be
Yep.
representative lap time. Srikant Das is having some major connection issues and is keeping on disconnecting from the session. So let's hope that stabilizes before the start of the race.
I'm on board with TBK. Okay, but he is not. I think he is on a out lap and he's about to start his lap.
Yes, TBK is about to start his lap, and let's go on board with him for the full lap, Smith, and take us through this lap.
Sure, he.
Oh!
I guess he didn't want me to take us through the lap,
Oh
but okay,
my
let's
god,
find someone else.
who doesn't like Smith's commentary?
I guess Hushrav is.
He's about to complete
okay, he's
his
on an
lap.
out lap.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
an
but
out
he's on
lap.
an out
Okay,
lap.
so let's stay with
Yeah,
him. Let's stay with him,
Sure.
and when he is starting his lap, I'll let you take it away, and let's go for a full lap on board.
Yep. And as he takes that final corner and the other is wide open and he starts his lap, let's see how he takes the turn one and wide entry. Definitely that was great. And let's see if he spins out here like Epic Brothers. No, he doesn't. He keeps his car planted, and uh, and now okay, he doesn't invalidate there. That curb actually is a bit risky. Uh, Sometimes drivers do get invalidated over there, but as he finishes his sector one, he is down by like marginally down by just 100. But let's see if he can do better in those other two sectors. And as he enters the bridge section, rides the curb a bit, but car doesn't lose a bit. Okay, he does lose it a bit here. And this braking zone, his car seems great over here, and really wide entry. I think that could have hindered his lap. Yeah, kinda. He is down by 400. And he again rides this curb. I don't know if that would be good again. As he is almost about to get done with his lap into the final corner.
But lost the line is Hushraf, and he does
improve
improve.
marginally.
And look at
Yeah.
that, how close is that? 768 versus a 764. By the way, VFix is on a stonker of a lap. Look at that, almost 3 tenths up in
Oh
the
my
second
God.
sector. This is going to be a lap of dreams from VFix if he can keep it together in the final couple of corners. His car ahead of him, which will not impede his lap time. And as long as he doesn't let that car distract him, this is going to be well within the mid 36s. And across the line goes VFX. It's a 36.3. And that is a lap and a half. Look at that. Where did that come from? By the way, Ethan was on a very good lap as well. But he has invalidated his lap time, so he'll have to go again.
No,
And
he
is
hasn't
go-
invalidated. I don't see any invalidation.
Oh yeah, he hasn't.
And
Oh
he
yeah, my
goes
bad.
P3.
He hasn't. Yeah, he goes
does
P3.
display as Gosalia. Yep.
Yeah, he does that. And where is Caesar in all this? Caesar has just started his lap. He's going to complete his lap maybe? And there you go,
Yeah, he
P5
does.
for
He goes
Caesar
P5.
in the
So
AlphaTauri.
P1, P5 for AlphaTauri boys.
Yeah, not bad at all. Bharat has just started his lap. Let's find someone who's about. Oh, who was that? Oh, Shadow Sword completely losing it. And he has his front wing intact, but it seems like he had a spin there. What about Redstone Dub? He has invalidated his lap time. So I think we are through with the second runs. TBK, by the way, is into P6. And I think we'll wait for the final runs where the qualifying positions, or rather the race starting positions, will be determined. And let's see where we go from there.
Shadow has started his lap. Why don't you take us through it?
Yep, let's see. Shadow is just starting his lap. He's avoiding a car which is coming out of the pits, and through this corner, short shifting up to 5th and then 6th gear. And as you said, it's very important to take this curb or kiss this curb, as you say. I think he does well to avoid it, but also not run wide. This is the section which gives me nightmare, Smith. I'm sure you know why. And then down to the heavy braking zone goes downshift to the 4th gear. I think he missed his apex a little bit, and then to the sharp right where Hushraf and VFix had an incident. I think that was a season or two back, and then keeps it in the 3rd gear for the next left-hander. And now approaching the section which we used to call Singapore Sling a couple of, or maybe a few seasons back. I don't think it's called the Singapore Sling anymore. Completely avoids the curb, so Shadow will be losing time through that section, but I think he's ensuring that he gets some kind of a lap in. And nice rotation through that corner, uses all of the track on the right. And now again a tricky braking zone, also important to avoid the curb on the right. And he again, again a conservative line. So Shadow's keeping it very, very safe here. Is up by 2 tenths and now approaching the final sector. And important to once again almost kissing the curb on the right. I think there was some contact, or he narrowly avoided it. And through the bridge now, one more chicane to go before he sees the final corner in sight. And let's see if he's going to finish this lap. Yeah, I think so
Yeah,
too.
he
And
does.
yes, he's back in the pits. So Shadow doesn't like anyone commentating on his lap. That's Redstone Dove. What about that? I think his car is stuck in that Pirelli board. Look at that. He's not able to
Oh,
reverse.
yes.
Or is he
Wait, that is
asleep? I'm not
something
sure.
really weird.
Redstone is Dove, and that's a sight to behold.
And he
And
gets disqualified because of that.
yeah, and that's real unfortunate.
Unfortunate. Yep.
But well,
But how
he
did he
did
end
have
up
a,
there? I mean, that's something very weird. How did he even end up there?
yeah, I'm not sure how he ended up there, but the important part is that he will accompany the likes of Ahif and Azun on the back of the grid. Hushrav is
Yeah.
on an out lap. Is there anyone on
Yeah,
the
I'm
lap? I
onboard
think
with Chips, who
Abhishek's.
is up by 4 tenths, 4.5 tenths. So definitely improving there.
Yeah, 4.5 times, and that is through the first sector. So that is a very good improvement, I must say. And he needs to improve a lot. Look at that, 39.3. Nowhere representative of the pace he has shown, and we know he has in the locker. So let's see what he can do in the second sector, Chips.
That's a wide entry. Would have definitely lost some time there, but DRS wide open as he goes through the back straight. And let's see what his second sector time is. He is up by 5 tenths. He could have been better. Oh, he almost invalidates there. That was a
Yeah,
very
I'm not
wide
sure.
exit again.
Yeah, I was not sure why, or rather how he did not invalidate there.
Oh,
Instead,
not that curb.
oh,
Okay, he backs off.
he does back off. I hope he has enough fuel to go again. And yes, Gosalia has just about started his lap. Hushrav has started his lap as well. So Hushrav will be the first. Or is he? No, I think Hushrav is about to start his lap. Never mind. So it will be Yash Gosalia from the top five, who will be the first person to cross the finish line. After him, I think Hushrav might be the
Meanwhile,
next
I'm
one
on
to
board with
start the line.
Abhishek and Abhishek. Abhishek goes P4. That was a lovely lap by him. And displaces Gosalia, Caesar.
Gosala is down on his time, 1/10 down on in the first sector alone, which does not have a lot of corners. So he still has plenty of opportunities, yes, to gain time in the second sector. And let's see what he
I
does.
think he backs
Meanwhile,
off.
let's see what Hushrav can do. Hushrav is now through that, or rather on that long back straight, and as he crosses the first sector split, it is just an improve. It's not. It's very very marginal. But as I said, plenty of opportunities to gain time in the second sector. Ethan, by the way, into P3, and let's see what. Oh, yes, Kusalia has invalidated. That's a shame. What is Caesar up to, by the way?
No,
Caesar.
Gosalia was on an outlap anyways. I mean, he kind of lifted off. So,
Oh yes, yes, you're right. So he'll
oh,
probably
Hushrov
go
really
ahead.
close into that bridge section.
Let's see what Caesar can do. Caesar is going to start his lap. Yes, he is. We'll keep on. We'll go not on board, but we'll follow Hushrav here because I think he'll be the first
Yeah,
person to finish a
he is
lap from the
up
people who
very
are.
marginally.
And a car ahead
I
of
think
him, that's
he's.
an Aston Martin. I hope
Yep.
they can get out of the way, and yes, they
Yeah.
do. So Hushrav will have a clean run through the final sector. There is a Haas ahead of him as well in the final sector, but I think it's too far to cause him any trouble. URL Ethan has retired from the session, and that is on track, so he must have crashed out. Hushrav is back in the pits. He is not getting pole
Okay.
tonight. Where is VFix? Oh, VFix! VFX has crashed. Where is Caesar? Caesar is up by almost 2.5 tenths in the first sector alone. So this could be a
Yep.
lap. I'm not sure if it is enough for pole, but I think he can definitely. Oh, he just. Yes, Kusala has retired as well, by the way, and that is in the pits. Let's see what Caesar can do, because he's
Yeah.
anyone from the top 7 is going to improve, and that is going to be Caesar. Let's stay on board with him for the final sector and see what our supreme leader can do in his Alpha Tauri. Abhishek has retired. A lot of curve taken by Caesar in that corner. He's throwing everything, whatever he can through this lap, and let's see what kind of improvement he can make. It's looking good so far for at least a few positions, but is he going to join his teammate on the front row, or is that too much of a tall order? Invalidates, does a Suraj
He
there. It would have been a
invalidates. Else,
36.9, which would have
yup.
put him P3. It's a 36.935 or something, which would have been P3 for Caesar. That's a GIF and a half for everyone who's watching. Invalidates the
Yup.
final corner.
But I'm on board with TBK. Okay, even he is done. Okay. So I guess quali done here.
Yeah, I think that's call it done. VFix has pole once again. I believe that is his. How many? Is that his sixth pole or seventh? Oh, my bad. It's going to be his fifth pole of the season, and fifth pole in 9 races is not bad at all. But that's qualifying done. VFX and Hushra were top two in the championship, starting on the front row. Get your popcorn out, gentlemen. And there you go. That's the qualifying grid, which will be the starting grid for the race. VFX and Hushra won the front row. URL Ethan, our race winner from Jeddah, starting in P3 along with Abhishek. Very, very good qualifying from him. All the more reason and all the proof you need that Abhishek deserves to be in D1 is right there. Jash Kosalia and Jishnu on the third row with Caesar and PSI Legends. Two very good friends, I must say, considering one bans the other. On the fourth row of the grid with Tanishk and Bharat rounding up the top 10. Easy Level Bot had a lot to say on the Discord. Let's see what he says on the track tonight, along with Epic Brothers on the sixth row. Shadow Sword and Srikanth on the seventh. Chip Shima, Quick Killer, Crazy Mouse Monster, Azun, Ahif, and Red Stone Dub bringing out the rear of the grid. Smith Shah, thoughts on that qualifying session?
I mean, unfortunate there for Caesar, I would say. Definitely he would have joined definitely in top 3 with his AlphaTauri teammate Vifix. Vifix was
Absolutely.
improving, though he did not
And-
need to, but he was.
Yes, and I think this is probably the first time we have seen a lot of drivers not really making good on their final runs. We did not
Yeah.
really see anyone improving
There was a
except for
huge
Abhishek.
gap. There was a huge gap from P1 to P15. Like 5 seconds of quali gap is way too much, I would say.
Yeah, 5
But
tenths is a lot.
let's see what happens.
But yeah, let's see if VFix has the pace. I'm not sure what tire he's going to start on because there was a theory that softs to hards could also be a viable strategy if you're starting on pole, because you can just run away with those soft tires in the starting of the. And you did the strategy yesterday, Smith, and that worked
Yep.
out well for you, except for a couple of spins. That's absolutely fine. So let's see what happens as far as tire choice is concerned, or is it going to be a boring medium to hards like every
I
other
mean, we
race?
don't even know if it's going to rain towards the end of the race. If someone
yes.
is watching this, can confirm, because that plays a huge role. You never know if it's going to start raining even after 7-8 laps, because that would want people to start on softs or something. But I guess it's going to be a proper dry race, because I do see people on hards as well.
Yeah, let's see. The top two are on mediums. A lot of hard runners. Wow, that's. I didn't expect those many hard runners.
Only
Ethan,
chips on
Abhishek.
softs.
Yeah, only chips on softs. Ethan, Abhishek, Yash Kosalia on hards. Jishnu on mediums. Caesar on hards. So, oh, wow, Hushrao. Is that a sign of things to come?
I guess this is new
bidding
strategy
it
to warm up
completely.
tires.
Yeah, warm up tires. We were discussing it yesterday, and he definitely has
I
ensured that
appreciate
his
this for the fact.
tires are going to be warm and nice for the race start. But Hushraf has spun it.
Ethan spun as well.
Oh, Ethan has spun as well. So a lot of drivers doing this. But yes, oh my God, Caesar, what is happening? Have they forgotten how to drive all of a sudden? We should have put you in that seat. This is waste of an AlphaTauri seat as far as I'm concerned. And I'm talking about Caesar. But yes, AlphaTauri has split the strategies. One driver on the mediums, other on the hards. That means they
Yeah.
won't clash in terms of pit windows, even if they are together on the track at one point in time. Tanishq on the hards as usual, and then there's a host of other cars on hards. But yeah, Chip Shima with the only soft runner who's going to start the race on softs rather. So that's going to be interesting. And yeah, as you said, I think everyone wants Chip Shima to do well at this point. He's had a lot of bad luck, and I hope those hards can make him jump a few places before we see him fighting the likes of, TBK or PSI in the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, look at the bottom 6. It's almost all D2 apart from Azun. Shrikant, Chipsima, Quick Killer. I mean, Chips and Quick are D1, yes, but they came from D2, I guess, from previous season. We have.
I think
Stuart as
Chips
the
has
Crazy
always
Mouse.
been in D1, but yes, Stewart definitely
Oh,
is a
okay.
D2 driver.
But
Ahif was a
I'm
D2
also
champion last
interested.
time around.
Yeah, I'm interested looking at what Ahif Quick Killer Chips also does from the back, even Shadow for that matter, Epic Brothers. So Redstone, unfortunate, got disqualified because his car got stuck. Couldn't really do much about it thanks to Cody's there. But yeah, let's see.
Yeah, as I think the cars are now finally approaching that final corner, even the back of the pack. So they should be taking the grid
Oh,
slots
look at the
any
way
moment now.
Vifix has parked his car. That is so good. And look at
I
the
can
way
see
Hushrav
this
has parked
point.
his car. They are
The Hushram, I don't
coinciding.
see uh, much of an angle there, but
He is
VFix
pointing
is
Vifix and Vifix is
yeah, but
pointing towards
VFX's
Hushrav.
angle is very conspicuous there. So this is going to be fun as I see 5 lights on the grid and lights out. And we're
And
underway. It's
away
a
we
good start
go.
from VFix.
Vifix gets a
VFix is
great
going to
start.
cut off Hushrav, but Hushrav is going to go down the inside. And VFix does retain the lead. The Red Bull of Ethan is trying to go round the outside of another car there. I think there's an Alpine of Jishnu, or rather Williams of Jishnu. Caesar is up a position or two, and Caesar is still battling. I think Abhishek is there. Caesar has overtaken him up front. It is business as usual for the top two. VFX has finally gone
Oh, I
ahead.
guess PSI and Shadow lost a lot of
Oh,
positions
there's
there. Would have
a.
made some
Is that a
contact, and I
VSC?
see a VSC there.
Yeah, that is a VSC. The track
Yep.
is yellow, and Chipshima has jumped up a few positions already.
Yep.
Let's have a
Quick
look at
Killer
position
and Epic
changes.
are the best gainers over here with 4 positions gained.
Yeah, 4 positions each for
Meanwhile,
him, for them, and Chipshima with 2 positions gained. PSI Legends and Shadow Sword, what happened to them? They've lost a host of positions, and while it is still yellow, let's hope that no one crashes out like Stuart did
yeah.
last night. All right, so seems calm enough so far. No DNFs. The pack is pretty much bunched up, but just a few drivers who have lost a lot of positions and a few drivers who have
PSI with
gained
no
a few.
front wing and Shadow with no front wing. So definitely
Oh,
they are
that is
entering
going
the
to
pits.
hurt them. That is going to hurt them, and they would have hoped it's a full score safety car so they could rejoin the pack when the
Yeah.
lights or when the track goes green. But the track is still yellow, and that's a very long virtual safety car, I must say, Smith. It's been an
Yep. I'm sure
entire
they would want it to last longer.
yeah, so they can
But
pit and probably still be competitive. And there
yeah,
you go, the
but
track
that's a
goes
green
green,
flag.
and VFX has fled.
No. Oh, PSI hit the barrier and Shadow almost hit PSI. Would have gotten DNF'd and we could have seen maybe a safety car as well over there.
This is the
But yep.
battle of pit stops as both of them are in the pits. And are they able to make it in the pits? Yes, they are, because turning without a front wing at an angle like that, which the Singapore pit entry has, is very difficult. Right, so gaps, who are the closest battles? Quick Killer on easy level bot. Let's see if Quick Killer can. An Aston Martin behind another car on this section of the track. I shudder to think what
And
will happen.
Azun overtakes Redstone there.
Yeah, Azun just overtakes Redstone. So Azun up into P17, doing what Azun does usually from
Yeah.
the back of the grid. So no surprises there. Let's have a
Very
look
consistent there.
at the battle between Quick Killer and Easy Level Bot once again. You can see that brilliant helicopter shot, and it's very difficult to overtake around here except for a couple of sections on the track, or
but
if the driver
I
ahead
see
of you makes them.
Vifix already building up
Yeah,
that
he
gap.
is just. It looks like he has soft tires on, doesn't he? The kind of gap he's pulling right now on Hushtav. And we're talking about Hushtav here, who is a champion, who is very quick, and not much to separate from between the two in terms of pace. But it seems like right now Hushtav, rather VFX has the measure of Hushtav, and is comfortable right now where he is.
Yeah. I see a long DRS chain happening from P3 to maybe even P9, but let's see. I mean, currently Abhishek is a bit away from Caesar, and he is okay. Okay, that's not gonna happen now. But you never know.
What happened there,
Meanwhile,
Hushtav?
Ethan and
Hushtav in the
Hushtav
pits.
dives into the pits. I don't know
Does
what
he have damage? Hushtav is in the pits and he does have damage.
he
It's a
does
front
have
wing damage, which is why he was losing time.
Yeah.
And wow, this changes a lot of things as far as championship is concerned.
Oh,
Then
no,
there
no,
is a
no.
major crash. Abhishek's is round. I'm not sure if he spun on his own or did he have contact with someone. He's trying his best to avoid other cars. Now reverses is on the track. I don't see any sign of wing challenge. He has to do a 3-point
I
turn
hope that's not a safety car or
to.
anything.
No, I don't think
Okay,
it
no.
is right now. And he does now eventually get going. Quick Killer and Chipshima are battling. I think Chipshima has just gotten ahead of Quick Killer. As we speak, Azun has gotten past Redstone, rather, Crazy Mouse Monster, and Mouse also loses the place to Redstone. So that's Azun up into P14, Redstone up into P15. And
Yep.
up ahead, Epic Brothers is on the back of Yash Gosalia, and Jishnu is on the back of Ethan. DRS has been enabled, so keep an eye out on Jishnu versus Ethan. Epic Brothers having a moment at the exit of that very tight left-hander. But Ethan, there you go, he has just about overtaken him. So didn't waste
Yeah.
any time, and rather Jishnu has overtaken Ethan. And remember, Jishnu had very good pace, Smith, around Jeddah. He was challenging VFix for the
Oh,
race lead.
yes. That was a
So
lovely race by him.
yep. So if now Jishnu is in clean air, and I think he won a league race in Hungary, if I'm not wrong, in LOS. So in this clean air, Jishnu can really make things difficult for the drivers around him. Let's see what happens. So Epic Brothers has lost ground to Yash Kosalia and is falling prey to Tanish B. Kiran or TBK. So this will be an interesting battle. It's a 3-car battle, and further behind, Shadow Sword has. How did Shadow Sword? Oh, Christmas Monster in the pits. So does he have damage, Smith? If you can check that for us, if he has damage. In fact, I see both the horses in the pits. They are double stacking there.
Oh, wait. Oh,
And
okay.
Chip Shima down the inside of Redstone, easy level bot.
Yep.
And
And he
Chipshima
makes it
is
stick.
through. Yes, he does make it strike. Easy Little Bot did not
Yep.
fight it because, well, different strategies altogether. There's no point in fighting a clearly faster driver on faster, or rather, driver on faster tires. So let's hope he
I mean,
can
yeah,
get well on
definitely
his
he
way.
wants to make those moves because definitely his tires are gonna run out in next 2 or 3 laps.
Absolutely.
So he would be hoping for a safety car by then, like I did.
Which
So
never
yes,
came, at least after the first safety car. But so TBK is still on the back of April Brothers, who has now caught up to the back of Yash Gosalia now.
yeah.
But I don't know what happened with
Oh, Epic
Epic
Brothers.
Brothers. Is he going to go for the move TBK? No, he does
But
not.
TBK has now caught up with Epic Brothers there,
Yes,
who
he
has
has.
lost DRS from Kosalia. So are we gonna see TBK making that move on Epic Brothers?
Well, one thing is for sure, TBK is definitely going to try, as we have seen him multiple seasons. He still has DRS. I don't think he's close enough to make a move right now, but on that back straight, I think he will be very close. And as long as Gosalia
Oh,
can continue pushing so that he does not give Epic DRS, I think TBK has a real chance. But Epic has just crept into the DRS of Gosalia.
and Redstone gets a 5 second
And
penalty
Redstone does
on
get a
the
5
pit
second
lane.
for speeding in the pit lane. TBK in the DRS of Epic Brothers. Epic Brothers
Does
is
he
choosing
dive?
to stay in the middle of the track.
Does
I
he
think
dive
he'll go for a
inside?
dive. He
Oof, they
does. It was
almost
a
made a contact.
half-hearted attempt, but it was very
Yep.
fortunate that they did not come together, Smith, because
Yeah.
that front wing with the rear wheel would have spun out Epic Brothers for sure.
Yeah. That would have, yep.
Right, further behind, Easy Level Bot, after being overtaken by Chips, is still
Oof.
sticking with him, and
TBK
something
made
happened.
contact. Yeah.
But,
TBK kind of ran into the wall at the sides.
all
He's
right, and Epic
he is a
Brothers
bit
has.
feisty over there.
And let's
Epic
go.
Brothers
There
kind
we
of
go.
loses.
Yeah, he does lose traction coming out of the corner. Typically has his battery to use, and is he going to go for another move? He's almost going for it all the time, but he still stays behind Epic Brothers, and all this battling is doing is helping Yash Kosalia to run a clean race and not worry about these two behind, because eventually they will sort themselves out. But by that time, Yash Kosalia might have pulled a decent enough gap to these drivers fighting for P6 at the moment.
Yeah.
Right up top, VFix is in a race of his own, 5.5 seconds clear of Jishnu. So even after
And
overtaking Ethan,
oh no no
oh,
no!
is
Wait, is that
that a
Azun?
Mercedes?
That's Azun. Yep.
Oh, that's a Zune. Okay, now he's back, and I don't think he has damage because he has chosen not to pit. And we'll
Yeah.
continue with this battle between TBK and Epic Brothers. Can they finally, can TBK rather finally get clear of Epic Brothers? He has a lot of battery. He's choosing not to use it. That means I don't. He doesn't think he's close enough to make a move this time around. And this is good racing from TBK. I'm sure the TBK from a few seasons back would have sent it at least a couple of times already. So this is patient racing from him, and you can see
Yep.
that he has definitely matured over the seasons and has learned that it pays to be patient. And he's still behind. Quick Killer on the back of Easy Level Bot, who's doing a good job to
Yeah.
stay in the
Who's
DRS
behind
of
Chips?
Chipshima.
But
And
Chips has started to lose traction a bit. I see him going wide. So he might be pitting in this or the next lap.
yeah, I think
So he'd
Chips'
be making
tires
the
are
most of the
giving away.
tire.
And look at that 5 car train. And let's see if Chips is going to pit this lap or maybe the next one. I don't think he can stay out much longer. And look at DBK!
Oh, he spun. Did they make contact? I did
Yeah,
not catch
they
that.
did make contact. It was TBK's front wing to the rear of Epic Brothers.
Yeah, but
And
oh, Epic Brothers making contact with the wall there. But I didn't see Epic Brothers losing much time to Gosali. I mean,
yeah, so it was
let's
just
see.
TBK who spun. Epic Brothers, I don't think, really got affected by that contact.
All right.
But another battle which has been brewing for some time is Caesar, who's finally caught up to Ethan. And let's see if these two can battle it out for the final
Yep.
podium position as we speak. Caesar well within DRS, easy level bot overtaking Chip
Easy level
Shima.
overtaking Chips
So
on the main
Chips
straight.
is on the main straight. So Chips starts clearly giving away, but he's determined to stay out for at least one more lap. URL Ethan's battery is flashing, which means he is harvesting. And I learned this the hard way yesterday,
Oh,
Smith.
Quick Killer making move on Chips. Quick Killer makes it easily, much before the braking zone. So Chips
It does.
definitely losing time over there, and I see a yellow flag. I don't know who is that. I think that's PSI, okay, or maybe Redstone. I don't. Okay, no, it's Shadow.
It
Oh,
could be
okay.
Shadow Sword. Yeah, it is
Yeah,
Shadow
yeah.
Sword in the final sector. And
Redstone also very close to PSI, so he could be making that move on the main. I mean, on the second straight. So and
Oh, Shadow Sword is
Sword returns on-
retired. Is that going to be a
Oh,
safety
I think
car?
it's the pits. It's in the
It's in the
pits.
pits. It's in the pits. Here goes Restaurant Up on PSI Legends, right on cue. And Restaurant
Yep.
Done comes back on the racing line, and that's a clean overtake, as you can see. As Restaurant
Yeah.
Up puts himself into P16. What's happening in Caesar land is still behind Ethan, who is harvesting. Yeah, so coming back to my point, I thought this being a track with so many corners, it would be easy to, claw back that energy. But it is so difficult to do that.
Wait, is Shadow's car out on track again or what?
Yeah, that happens. Even if you retire in the pits, the car
That
does
is
come
so
out on
stupid.
track, and yeah, that's Codemasters for you, to be honest. But Caesar almost losing DRS on Ethan, so Ethan might have seen. Oh, what happened? What
Is that gonna
happened?
be a safety car?
Crazy
because
Mouse
of-
Monster! Look at that!
Okay, no.
He doesn't have
Wait,
enough
what
space.
happened?
Oh, I think
That's
he
a
made
safety car
contact.
that's gonna help
Oh,
Chip
that's a-
Shima so much.
Oh, that's a safety car. So
I
staying
told
out
you.
for so
I told you.
staying out did help, and everyone in the
Yep.
mediums, especially after looking at last night's race, Smith, everyone who's on the mediums, they must have seen that you can take those mediums, those 25 laps, and you can see a lot of people who are pitting. Vfix is well ahead of the safety car. Let's see what Vfix does. But Crazy Mouse Monster gets a 3-second time penalty for some. I don't know how he keeps DNFing, how he
whoever
gets.
is on mediums definitely should be pitting right now because
Yeah, I'm
those
sure they will.
hards,
But
like
look at
we
the
saw
number of
yesterday-
people. Look at the number of people who are on hards right now. In fact, look at the number of people who are not on hards right now. It's just VFix, Jishnu, Redstone, who will be on hards soon.
Yeah.
Abhishek, and probably Crazy Mouse Monster is in the pits as well. So he's going to go on hards as well. So, and the entire lobby, Smith, is going to be on hard tires. Imagine that. Unless
That is-
the people who have started the race on hards pit for a different tire, which I don't think makes sense at this
I don't
point.
make sense. Yeah, I don't see that making sense because top 5 or top 6 also for that matter it doesn't definitely doesn't make sense. Maybe Ahif would want to try because Husharov is like what 13, 14 seconds behind him. So maybe he just want to try a different strategy, take those mediums, hope for another safety car.
Oh, look at that! Just to staying out. Oh, what is it doing?
Jishnu stays out on those
Just to
mediums.
stays out. Just to say, Ethan and Caesar stay out. Yash Gosalia, Epic Brothers is in. Epic
Yeah.
Brothers is in. Bharat stays out. TBK is in. Wow, hard runners are pitting, Smith. Easy level bot
Okay.
stays out. Quick killer stays out. Srikanth stays out. Ahif stays out. Husra, what are you going to do? He's on the hard tires. He has had a front wing already. He does have a relatively fresh set of mediums waiting for him, but if he puts those mediums on, he's
Nah,
not
he
going to
definitely-
finish the race. So he stays out, and that's the right call. I think Chip Shima is obviously going to stay out because he already pit, and then
Yep.
everyone else. Wow. So Jishnu, that's a call from him. He has decided to stay out. I'm not sure if it's the correct one, but considering it is IRL and considering it's Division 1, you can always bank on another safety car being deployed sometime later in the race, and that
Yeah.
might help him. So let's see,
But-
he's gone for track position right now. VFix, who was the de facto race leader, has come out in P6.
Yeah,
behind
but
Bharat.
look who's gonna be P2 if it goes on like this. Chips.
Yeah, absolutely, because everyone else needs to pit. So Chips
Yeah.
is, you can say he
Chips
is
P2 and
net
Azun
P2.
P3. Yeah.
So net free again, once again, just somehow magically puts himself in very, very good positions.
Yep.
Khosrow has obviously stayed out. He's P11 right now, and I have a very interesting comment from someone named Rosebud,
Rosebud, yeah.
who is stuck under the water. I'm not sure where you are, Rosebud, but we are mere commentators, as VFix pointed out last night. Humble and mere commentators, so we can't really help you with that. But if you're stuck underwater, why are you watching this stream?
Yeah.
I mean,
just a good-
priorities. Priorities. Get yourself out of water. Unless you want this to be the last thing you watch before you finally drown. I should not have said that. But either ways, the safety car is, I think, going to circulate the track for at least a lap or at least one more lap before the field catches up. And PSA Legends can pit. I mean, he has a very, very healthy gap to Red Sunda, but he doesn't need to at this point. So
Yeah.
let's hope the next time we are at this section of the track, we are going to see the drivers racing under green flag conditions.
Yeah, and this is gonna help again, likes of Ethan, who could catch up to Jishnu now. Caesar was anyway catching up with Ethan, so that's there. But Gosalia, Bharat with Fix, let's see what they do.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting race. As someone goes very wide, was that Srikanth Das? Yes, it was Srikanth Das, but he regains, or rather, he joins back from the width of the track to his position. So, no harm, no foul there. And about this track, yeah, let's talk about. We have this lull period, Smith. How do you rate this track? Do you like it? Do you hate it?
I absolutely love it. Singapore has always created amazing races, and I'm really glad it's back this season. So let's see what happens
Absolutely.
tomorrow.
I do agree with you. Even real life, all while driving the track looks absolutely brilliant in the night sky. And the
Yeah.
only thing I don't like about this track is when it rains, because then it is painfully long. The races are just way too long because the track, because of the time taken to complete even just one racing lap. It takes so long to complete lap. The lap times are in 2 minutes, and yeah, that's where it gets a little bit annoying. It's called an endurance race for a reason, but otherwise, yeah, a lovely track, and you can overtake here. So it's not very, very difficult to overtake. While it is difficult to follow, and then it's not a Monza level difficulty, but it is still possible. So I think that's what makes it challenging and fun at the same time. I think there are two Haases, which is Crazy Mouse Monster and Abhishek, and even Restaurant for that matter, are quite disjointed from the rest of the track, rest of the
Yeah.
pack. So I think we are going to see one more lap under safety car, and lap 11 is when we might see the safety car coming
That's
back into the
definitely
pits.
gonna help whoever pitted on those new hards. because they wouldn't have much of tire wear right now. So we're definitely looking at Vifix, Chips, Azun. I mean, they were anyways going to take it to the end, but they're not going to have much tire wear towards the end.
Absolutely, you make a good point. And what this also does is, make Jishnu's race all the more difficult because
yeah.
he's on the medium, so he would expect to pull away. So he needs those racing laps to be able to pull away and then pit and then rejoin in a competitive position. But because of this extended safety car period, he's not able to do that. Now, I don't want to jinx it, but I hope this is not the safety car glitch we saw in Jeddah, where the safety car just doesn't come in. I think this is a function of the two Haas's and Redstone not being able to rejoin quickly to the back of the pack. So now that in this lap, Abhishek will be able to catch up. Let's hope that the safety car is in this lap.
It should be. I mean, while Cody's has done a sad job this season, I'm sure it's not that sad. Safety car should be in this lap.
Yeah, well, they will surprise you if you challenge them like that. But let's all hope.
I mean, good luck doing comms alone then.
I was going to say that I really don't have the energy to do 10 plus 31 laps all over again. If need,
I believe it would be only a 25% race.
We don't have that rule.
Happens.
No, we don't. So, I mean, we don't replace a 50% race with a 25% race. So, if it is going to be a restart, I really hope it doesn't, and I hope the safety car lights do go out towards the end of the second sector.
In next 10 to 15 seconds whether it's going to be in.
Yeah, we should know soon enough. I am on board with Jishnu, and let's follow the safety car. And there you go, the safety car is in this lap. That's the relief you hear in both our voices. And now let's see what Jishnu can do from the safety car. His tires are 10 laps old, so I expect maybe a 25% wear already on those mediums. So they are not fresh, but then neither are the tires for the drivers who are behind him. So he should still have an advantage theoretically, and he has to use it to the best of his abilities to ensure that he gets some kind of a good position when he finally pits and comes out. Let's see, the safety car is still some way away from the pit, so Jishnu has to still
Jishnu definitely taking it really well towards the end. I mean, we have seen him doing this previously, I guess, controlling safety cars.
I'm not entirely sure, but I think Jishnu has gone now. I think he has gone. He has caught people napping. He has. He has gone, and Caesar has been absolutely caught napping. But the top two have still spread away, but Caesar has been caught napping like I was last night. And there you go, it's green flag racing.
But Ethan has definitely caught up with Jishnu. I think he would have used some battery there.
Yeah, and Hushrav has gotten past Ahif already. So Hushrav making moves, has gotten past Ahif, and now he's in directly behind his teammate Srikanth, who's a reserve tonight. But Ethan, on the hard tires, is on the back of Jishnu. I don't think an overtake is on the cards as we speak, but he's definitely quite close, and there's a battle brewing behind Caesar and Yash Gosalia. Caesar defending very hard, otherwise he would have lost that position. Hushrav is making another position. Is Srikanth last round? No, he's not, but he has lost two positions in one go. Hushrav up into P9.
TBK did stick that move on Srikanth.
Yeah, and look at that. It's Caesar.
Easy level and quick killer. Oh, there's a lot of cars going side by side. I'm on board with easy level right now, and Hushrav has just overtook him. So has TBK. TBK and Hushrav made contact. I'm on board with easy level, and I'm getting a really good view.
Look at TBK. He's gotten three cars in one move there. I don't know how he got past Hushrav there. It almost felt like he forced his way through, but TBK is up. Go ahead.
And in all that, Vifix also overtook Bharat.
Oh, we completely missed that. And quick killer.
And quick killer, I guess. I think he has some sort of damage or something.
Yeah, I think he's letting people through, it seems like. He's letting...
No, not really. He is continuing now.
Well, Vifix on the back of...
damage.
Vifix on the back of Yash Gosalia. So this is something which I want to see. Yash Gosalia. I think he was letting him through, but that was dangerous. And Vifix is finally up ahead of him. He doesn't have to pit, and ahead of him is Caesar, who
Yep.
has, well, is sticking to the back of Ethan, but not really making any sort of inroads. They are on the same set of tires, same tire life, and Jishnu has finally sped away. So it is important for VFix to not get stuck behind his teammate and Ethan, because then he
Yeah, I
can.
mean, Caesar might let him go. Should have, I don't know.
Well, if they think about a
Because they're
team,
really close.
maybe. But then Caesar is no slouch either. But look at time; he's losing more. He just lost like 3 tenths to Ethan through those couple of corners.
Yeah,
Behind
and I
Quick
think
Killer,
Quick Killer, okay. He's had a couple of bad races. Previous race on LOS also, he couldn't really keep it on track. But hopefully he does this time.
and
But
Ethan
again, let's
has.
go on board with Vifix.
Yeah, I am on board with VFix, and is Caesar going to let him through? Yes, he is.
He
There was
does, he
still
does.
some
That's a
hesitation, but VFix is finally through, and probably that was the right call as long as championship is concerned. But then Caesar's championship hopes are slowly diminishing with these results, because if he can't outscore his teammate, oh, Crazy
That's
Mouse
a
Monster
safety
is
car in
retired from the
sector 2.
session. It's not a
Oh,
safety car
is
yet, but
that
it
gonna
is a
be
safety car
That
now. It is
and
now,
I
and
think
Jishnu can
Jishnu
pit.
should be pitting.
Oh, please
Yeah.
pit Jishnu, come on. The TBK and Bharat changing positions, and Jishnu right on cue is going to be in the pits. And I'm
So
sure
is Ethan, I
Caesar.
guess.
What is Caesar going to? Oh, there are front wings flying. Caesar pits, and this is going to be interesting. Can he go 18 laps on those mediums? I think he might be able to with safety cars and all. But yeah, those hard runners are now pitting. Ethan stays out.
Yep.
So
Gosalia
is he-
stays out.
Yeah, Gosale
TBK
stays out.
out.
Either.
I guess
TBK stays
TBK
out.
is disconnected because
Yeah,
his
he
car
is.
is ghosted for me.
Yeah, he is.
Um,
But
that's helping Chips.
it's definitely helping Chips. Hoshtav has stayed out as well. That makes sense. I'm not entirely sure why Ethan stayed out. And you can see that bouncy Red Bull. You just go on board. Oh, it's a lobby glitch, I think, Smith.
Oh,
My
Nah,
timing
it's-
screen is all over the.
yeah, it's all over the place right now. But I guess it should sort out itself. It is happening on its own.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Yeah. It's okay. No, it's not. I don't know,
It's
man. What's
absolutely
happening
not,
over there?
because. Oh my god. Come on, Codemasters. Sort this shit out. Everyone is bouncing around. And that's proposing even at low speeds, but
I think it is sorting out on its own. It's gradually picking up those places.
it's working its way towards sorting
Yeah.
itself out. But I have no hope. There's no way.
Yeah, it's sorted. It's sorted.
Is it? Yes, it
Yep.
is.
It is.
And
it
there
is.
you go. Oh my god, wow. Kudos, Codemasters. I think someone from Codemasters is watching this. And
Shadow has left the session.
Yeah, Shadow
okay,
has
he's
left the
DNF'd. Okay.
oh yeah, he's turned left. So I think Codemasters, someone from Codemasters is watch. Oh, it's fucked again. I'm sorry for those colorful language, but yeah, that's my mood right now.
Epic
Well,
Brothers has left the session.
everyone-
I'm gonna quickly invite him.
And he's joined back already.
All right, perfect.
But it's, I mean, what we see on the screen is far from perfect. And yeah, let's see what happens.
Wait, how is Jishnu P1, Caesar P2, Easy Level P3? What is
He's
happening
not.
again?
He's not P1, P2. It's just.
Is the lobby glitched?
It is the lobby is glitched. I want to see what
it's
happens.
back. It's back. It's back. It's back. It's back. It's back.
I want to see
As
what
soon
is
as
happening.
they cross the start-finish line,
Then I think that's when it's sorting itself out. But I want to see what happens. What is happening on the player screen? Like the individual drivers. I don't know if anyone is streaming or not. I'll check Quickler very soon. I think because Quickler has put some kind of a stream in the
Gosalia in the pits.
channel.
I guess he's okay. Never mind.
So Quick Killer on
don't
his
know.
stream is P7 and on our stream is P15, which I think is the correct order. But on his
No,
stream
I have
is
absolutely no idea what is happening because Yash Gosalia should be last. Okay, now he's last. Right. Codemasters.
Well, it has
I
fixed
mean,
itself now, and everyone is in the order they are supposed to be. Can we get a safety car restart? Because I am having anxiety when we get a safety car, because because of these glitches. So let's see. Hushtav and VFX once again see each other on track. Different strategies. Hushtav is not going to the end. VFX is. So let's see what happens. And I would hope that the safety car comes in at the end of this lap. Jishnu, by the
yeah,
way, who
but
was leading, has rejoined in P11. So he has a
yeah,
lot of overtaking to do, and there are cars ahead of him who won't pit for our next few laps. So that is going to be
yeah, but
difficult for
there are
him.
at least 4 to 5 cars who would be pitting ahead of
Yeah, they
him.
would be pitting, but what I'm trying to say is that the likes of VFix and Chips and Azun would have
Yeah.
gained ground on him by then. Because of those cars in between, Jishnu would be losing time to them if he doesn't pass them very quickly. But either ways, the safety car is in this lap, so at least that's on point. And VFix is going to be very, very careful here. One, to avoid getting into a battle with Hustav, but secondly, also to ensure that he gets the jump on Ethan if he can, or at least stay very close to him. So whenever the opportunity presents itself, he can make the move for the win or the race lead. Either ways, safety car restart. Here we go. Let's see what Ethan does this time.
Yep,
I
Ethan
think he
was
has done the
already.
same thing which
Oh,
Jishnu did, taking a
it
leaf
did
out of his
catch.
book, and
Vifix
VFace has been
kind
caught
of
napping, and
happened.
Hushnav had to stomp on his brakes there, or at least take the foot off the gas to ensure that he doesn't run into the back of VFX. I'm going to stay on board with Hushnav for the rest of the sector and see what happens. Redstone Dub has a 3 second time penalty. Srikant Das losing positions. So that is
Yep.
Jishnu gaining one. And wow, Tanishp Kiran on the back of Hushrav. TPK was in a different, as I said. Oh, Jishnu losing position to Caesar. Caesar is ahead of Jishnu now.
Oh, look at
Here goes
TBK
TPK.
on Hushrav. Wow, very easy overtake.
So that's twice TPK has overtaken Hushrav, and Hushrav has just
Yeah.
let him go because there's no point in fighting him. The different strategies, as I said. But let's see if TBK can ruffle some more feathers as far as the top two are concerned.
Good battles happening there, definitely. Chips and Azun also could be fighting for that potential P2. So you never
Yeah,
know.
yeah, definitely on fight for the podium there between Chips and Zoon. VFix is very close to Ethan, but not an overtaking zone. Caesar is
Yeah.
getting redstoned up. Chips and Ahif, what happened
Chips
there?
and Ahif, what an overtake by
Yeah,
Chips, because
Chips
Ahif
has.
did get a bad exit on that straight. So
Yeah,
that was
so,
an easy,
yeah, so Chips
easy
is
overtake
through,
there. And
and I
Chips would
think
want to catch up with
oh,
Bushrov now. And
VFix made
oh,
a mistake, and
Vifix.
he and Ushraf are going side by
Oh,
side there. Ushraf just about makes it through. VFX has just lost two positions there. I'm
yeah,
not
but
sure
it
if he
doesn't
has
make.
damage, but I think
Yeah,
he's fine there as far as damage is concerned, and he stays out on the track. So Ethan still continues to have the lead, but what it has done has unleashed TBK into P2, and you can bet that in no time he'll be on the back of Ethan on those relatively fresh medium tires.
yeah, but Vifix knows he is not fighting with Hushrav and Ethan right now. His fight is with Chips, Azun, and possibly TBK, because you never know if there's going to be another safety car which could help
Oh,
him. And
Srikandas
talking
is
about
retired in
safety
the
cars,
pits. Here we go.
okay, he's been out.
The Caesar on the back of. Oh, there was a bit of a squeeze there from PSI Legends. Caesar could not make that move stick. Stays behind in P9, but here we go.
Caught Caesar
And
around the outside,
well, he
and that's a
tried it.
switcheroo.
Oh,
Oh,
almost losing traction there, Caesar. And I stay
yeah.
on board with Redstone Dup if Caesar can make any more moves. Is he going to go for it? Is he? But no, he just shows his nose and then comes back onto the racing line. That's a very good battle between Caesar and PSI Legends, and there's
Yeah.
so much tension there. I think something is going to happen pretty soon.
He
If
feels he's being held up by, and that's
oh, Abhishek.
Abhishek's losing couple of positions there. But back to Caesar, who is now behind PSI,
And look
and
at that.
Vifix again very close to Hushrav.
Yeah,
Epic
VFX
Brothers
very
getting the
close
3 second.
to first up. Epic Brothers gets a 3 second time penalty. So Epic Brothers and Redstone Dub, the only two people who are running right now and have time
Entire
penalties.
grid. is so close. Like there is a huge DRS
Yeah, it
chain
looks like this is
behind Chips.
lap 2 or lap 1 of the race and
Yeah,
not lap 18. TRS has been enabled. That oh, Abhishek is losing another position to Bharat there. Hushnav is on the back of TBK, and I think TBK's medium tire season has finally overtaken
Caesar
PSL Legends.
did
No time
get.
to look at that overtake. Oh, epic! TBK losing his back end. TBK is going to lose a position as well, and I think VFX is going
And
to take him.
Hushrav gets
Oh,
him back.
VFX!
Oh no 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 no! Vifix, oh, he does keep his car.
But he's lost his front
Oh,
wing
he's lost
completely.
so much position. Yeah, he
And this
has to
is
pit
going
now.
to be a bad night for VFX. Is he
I
going
mean,
to
even if he
fight?
pits right now, it would be on his old mediums, as far as I know. Because
Uh,
I guess race gives you only one set of mediums.
yeah, it does give you only one set of mediums.
Oh,
He's fighting the car in the Mercedes. He should not really be doing that.
oh,
Oh, come on, VFX, move out of the way, please. You don't have a front wing. Bharat finally gets through. So does the Alpine. It's going to be 3 wide. I don't like the way this is. Oh my
this
god.
has gone ugly.
This has really gone ugly. Oh no, don't do that. Division 1 drivers, when will you learn? Caesar has dispatched a Zune, by the way. So
Yeah.
Caesar has been to P6. And if he can get those mediums till the end, this might be a good race for him. Caesar is then going to. Oh, who was that? Epic Brothers. Completely losing it. He's lost his front wing as well.
Oh,
Oh, has he? No, he has not. Either way, is enough of this. I think VFix should be pitting at the end of this lap unless he wants to do 13 laps without a front wing.
of course he would be pitting.
And well, you never
But
know.
he has
He's
a
going to
car
pit,
inside
but
of
he's
him.
going to.
Oh no no no!
This
Oh my
was Bonza
God.
level. He wanted to pit, but there was a car overtaking him. That was Yash Kosalia. VFX finally ends his ordeal by coming back into the pits. And then
Yeah.
here we go. Next battle is going to be Ahif versus Caesar. And well, Ahif is not close to Caesar, but Caesar
Oh,
is in the.
Chips and Caesar also
Yeah,
could be
so I
battling,
think.
but Chips knows Caesar has to pit. Actually, not required.
Yeah, Caesar might not pit. That's the thing. I think
Yeah.
he's made a conscious call to go on those mediums. And if he can conserve his tires well, he would want to take them to the end. But look how close he is to Chips. And easy level bot and restaurant of exchanging positions. But I wonder if Caesar is going to make a move on the back straight. It's not a very long straight, but it still has DRS. And if he gets good purchase out of this corner,
They
it's
kind of got
different.
an equal exit, but
I think he's
Chips,
going to go for it.
Caesar, oh no.
I don't think he needed to do that. I think he
Good
cost
battle. Good
he
battle.
cost both of them time though by going through that because
Yeah.
it was a bit of a half-hearted attempt, and we'll stay with this battle for a few more seconds because I think either on the main straight or on the back straight for the next lap, Caesar might be able to get in front of Chipshima and then launch some kind of an attack on TBK. There's a car which has spun. I think it is Yash
Quick
Kosalia.
Killer. That's Quick Killer, yep.
Oh, that's Quick Killer,
Yeah.
and is back racing again. Caesar not close enough to get past Chipshima on the main straight, and Rosebud is having more issues with drowning. So if someone can help him or her, that would be great. And let's see what Caesar can do with respect to Chipshima. Is
Yeah.
I think Caesar is
And with all that,
running.
has caught up.
Yeah, I think Caesar is using or running a very low, high downforce setup, which is why he's on the main straight. Even with DRS, he was not close enough. And look at that once again on the back straight, he's not close enough. Quick Killer has gone on the softs. Now I don't think the softs can last 11 laps. That would be asking a lot of them.
Yeah.
So, lot from them rather. So, not sure what's the strategy here from Quick Killer. But well, he's a reserve. He can experiment a few things and give us some entertainment. We'll stay with this battle. And Azun, by the way, he is being terrorized by Jishnu. Look at how close Jishnu is to Azun.
Yeah, but he is also under DRS of Ahif. So
Yeah, so it's
kinda
not going
safe.
to be easy, but it depends on whether he can make a mistake or not. I think Azun will be fine as far as at least this corner is concerned. Caesar and Chips, where are we? I think Chips is the measure of him. So I think, yeah, on the straights, as long as Chips keeps getting those decent exits, and his hard tires would not be in a
Yeah.
terrible condition right now, considering they have done only 12 laps. So as long as that happens, look at how close Caesar is able to follow through that third sector. But on the main straight, you will see if Chips gets a good exit through the final corner, I think that Caesar is quite close this time around, so he should be able to make that move right
Yeah.
around the outside. He's using his DRS, but Chipshima is not going to give in easily or easy.
Oh, that was very close.
Yeah, that was
Chips
close, and
does
it was
concede
giving.
that position, but also puts him under DRS of Caesar. So let's see.
Yeah, but I
what
think Caesar should be
does to
fine
pull
now.
away.
Yeah, Caesar should be fine now, considering he will be able to carry more speed through corners. So Caesar is up into P4, and dare I say that is net P1 if he doesn't pit.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Yash Kosalia on the back of Bharat. Is he going to make a move? The Aston Martin and the Mercedes are colliding. A bit of a argy-bargy, but Yash
bit of-
Kosalia finally makes it through.
And
And
a switcheroo by Bharat, no.
no, I don't think he has that kind of grip there, both on similar tire life. And there you go, Yash Kosalia up into P11. He doesn't need to pit either. If Caesar can make it to the end, maybe Yash Kosalia can as well. Let's see what happens. By the way, Jishnu has gotten past Azul. We kind of missed that. So Jishnu is now with a P7 and he is net P2.
Oh, yes. The second
So this-
safety car definitely did help a lot of drivers there who were on mediums and did not pit.
Yeah, that definitely happened. 10 laps to go in this race. Quick Killer is trying to get past Epic Brothers and he's trying to make the most.
And
Oh, what
easy
happened there?
level.
Easy
Oh,
level.
no.
Oh,
Oh,
PSI Legends.
He did make contact with, I don't know, I guess.
I think it was easily well bought. Yeah, it was easily well bought.
Yeah.
I think Bharat, I don't know if he got caught up in the middle of it, but I definitely saw him and the McLaren fighting. And
Yeah.
well,
That
we are
one
seeing a lot of
was
cars without
PSI
front wings in this race. PSL Legends has a few more meters before he can see the pit lane. And up top, Hushrav has finally caught up to URL Ethan. He's in DRS now. I don't think he's close enough to make a move on this lap. But I think on the next lap, Hushrav will be close enough. Now the question is, when does Hushrav pit? Because once again, a la Britain, it's going to be an overtake masterclass from Hushrav when he pits for those soft tires. But the question is when, how much time is he willing to lose and how many positions he'll have to make up
I think
while
he's
he does
gonna
that.
wait until maybe another safety car because he knows whenever he pits right now, he's gonna anyways lose a lot of positions. So maybe why not wait out? Because you see the cars are still kind of bunched up from
Yes, they are.
chips to easy.
Oh, restaurant up is
and-
retired, and that's in the pits, so that
I
won't
think
really
it's in
help
pits,
Hushrav.
yeah.
And let's see what Caesar can do here. On the back of TBK, Caesar, if you go for that move, Hushrav, by the way, is overtaken.
But
Caesar
Caesar
goes for the
shouldn't be
move.
making those moves.
Oh, yeah, I don't know why he's doing that. He's losing time
He's
by
anyway
doing
P1.
that.
Yeah.
Hushrav has overtaken Ethan. I don't even know where that happened. I think Ethan might have made a mistake, maybe. But I don't think Hushrav was close enough to make that move. But anyways, he is in P1 now, and he can use that fresh air to do whatever he can with those very, very second-hand hard tires. Caesar is still on the back of TBK, and I think I've not seen this side of Caesar who's impatient with moves
Oh,
like
is that
this.
Epic Brothers? That was Epic Brothers. Okay.
Either ways, round 2, and let's see what Caesar can do in the Alpha Tauri. TBK is using everything and more of the track width. So there's a yellow flag. I think that is that Epic Brothers or is
Epic,
that PSI
Epic.
Legends?
Yep, that's Epic
That is Epic
Brothers
Brothers, and here we go. Caesar on the back of TBK. I don't think he's close enough. See, that's not going to help him. And once again, even with DRS, Caesar is not gaining any kind of ground. So that high downforce setup, which I assume is the case, don't know for sure, is not helping him. But he's fine. I think TBK is not a slow car. So as long as Caesar can just
I mean,
No.
if he's listening to us at this moment, he should know that he's really not fighting anybody. He
He
knows
is.
those guys ahead will be pitting.
yeah, that's the thing.
So he should be
But
just
these
sticking
are
around.
very competitive people, so I don't blame them for trying. But look at this 4-car battle with Jishnu, Azun, Easy level bot and Yash Kosala. Just now, even after overtaking Azun, oh, here goes Azun, by the way. Just I was just saying that. And Azun down the inside of Jishnu and has re-overtaken him for P7.
Oh, I just saw Jishnu's car glitch to the wall and come back on track. I don't know.
And he's left the
Jishnu has
session.
left.
There you go. I think
Yes.
you are right. He did have an issue with his connection, and now people are going to go through him. Please invite him if you can. Caesar on the back of TBK once again. Is TBK going to pit anytime soon? No, he's not. And Caesar is cutting that corner one more time, but for some reason he's not getting any kind of warnings. Is Caesar going to go down the inside? No,
I
he's
don't
not.
think so he'll be making that.
But further behind,
Jishnu.
yeah.
Jishnu in the pits. His AI, stupid AI. I'm sure
that
he did
should not
want
have
that.
happened. Yeah, that should not have happened. By the way, Ahif
because
is
that
ahead of
puts-
Chipshima,
Yeah.
but Caesar is ahead of TBK. Let's see if Caesar can this time get TBK. Which way is TBK going to defend? He's defending the
Jishnu has
inside.
joined, so that's a relief.
And
that was a very
again,
late breaking
Caesar.
by Caesar.
And it's still
He's
frustrating
getting a
him.
bit frustrating there. He could have lost his left end plate, but okay, keeps it on track.
Yeah, VFX
So
has
that
overtaken Jishnu's AI, and
Yep.
VFX up into P11. So he
VFX
will
the fastest
still
lap.
score some points here, but he desperately needs a safety car to turn this race on its head and score a lot more points than he is about to right now. Oh, there's a yellow flag. PSL Legends is retired. Is that going to be a safety car on point? And it is. Oh my God, that's a commentator's blessing for Caesar, for VFX and Hushrav and everyone else. They're going to put on the soft tires. I'm sure the top two. And this race, Smith, has just come alive.
Yeah, if you are Caesar, would you pit on soft?
I won't. I don't think he should pit. He should prefer track position, and
Yep.
I think he has enough pace to do that. If he pits right now,
If you
Yes.
chips, would you pit?
I would take the gamble of staying out. But Hushrav is
Yeah.
in the pits. Ethan, of course, in the pits. Let's see what TBK does. He might stay out. No, he's.
TBK should pit. Should
I mean,
pit.
he should,
Because
but
he's
I
got
mean, when
15
he
lap
TBK,
holding
why
lead.
is Caesar pitting?
Caesar pits.
Oh my God.
I mean, since everybody's pitting, Chips
No.
goes P1
He should have.
and Ahif pits.
If Caesar doesn't win this
everybody
race, he's
pits.
gonna hear it from me. Why? Why are you? Oh. Chips has stayed out.
Chip stays out. Yep.
It's medium tires. It's a good race tire. Stay out. Oh, stay out.
Chips
He should have.
should have pitted.
Yeah, Chips should have pitted. I agree with you. So I think we are not agreeing with any of those decisions which have been taken
Because
by the
Even
drivers.
Vifix pits, Jishnu pits. Quick Killer should definitely pit there.
Yeah, so everyone is going to be on
Abhishek shouldn't
softs.
be. I mean, actually,
And
doesn't make sense.
this-
Pit as well, yeah.
Yeah, this blows life into the race of VFX because he'll be P11 even when the track is green, and then pretty sure he's going to gain a few positions because of people battling ahead of him because of his sheer pace and whatnot. So,
Yeah.
where's the safety car? Is Chips with the safety car? Yes, he is, and
Yeah.
Khusrav and everyone else is following, so it should be fine. TBK, what a race from him!
If
He's
you
kept
are
Caesar
Chips,
behind.
would you pit right now?
I mean, I don't think I think he's missed the
TBK
window. If he pits now, he's going to be what P10. So,
P10, that's bad, okay.
so I think he's going to stay out now and take a leaf from your book and take those tires until the end. But I hope he can make it, to be honest. But the likes of Hushrav, Ethan, TBK, look at the drivers behind him on fresh softs, no tire life. So it's going to be very, very tough for him. You know what would have helped? It would have helped if Caesar had stayed out as well for Chips, because then he would have
Yeah.
another car, not behind him,
fighting,
but
yeah.
ahead of him. But still, he could have probably done something with it. But now he's the only person on those hards. The rest of the 14 drivers are on those fresh softs, and he'll be lucky to score a podium tonight.
Actually, at the same time, you think, look at the gap. Safety car is definitely not going to be in, maybe even in the next lap. Look where Epic Brothers is. That's going to help Chips a lot.
Well,
So
it's going to
while he
help
would
him.
lose position to Hushrav, Ethan, maybe even TBK, but I guess he wouldn't fall below P4 or P5.
Yeah, well, let's see. Still, these people will have about 4 laps of racing, maybe. So 4 laps, very much doable on the softs without really losing performance. So I think he's gonna get eaten alive if he's not careful. But let's trust in him. So far, things haven't gone exactly his way this season. But I think this could be the race where he can redeem himself. Srikanth in the chat is saying he
Yeah,
doesn't
saying
have
Chips
a
doesn't
fresh
have
soft.
fresh softs.
So maybe that's the reason he didn't go for it. He didn't want to go for a collie set which has maybe around
Hmm.
10% wear on it, and that probably is maybe the right call. Maybe considering it's not a fresh set, so 10% wear is 2 laps worth of wear already
Yeah.
on that set. So well, there's a reason why I'm in D2 and there's a reason why he's in D1. So let's trust this call from him and let's see. So I think Abhishek and Epic Brothers are the. Oh my God, where is Epic Brothers? Oh my God, look at Epic Brothers. How far behind is he? Is he going to catch up? I don't
He's
think.
not.
Oh,
He's not catching up, and that could just ask
prolong the
safety
safety
cars like,
car.
"Hey, I
Yeah.
am going in. You keep driving."
Well,
But
this is going
safety
to be
car,
crazy.
I still see. I don't think it's gonna come
It's
in
not
this
gonna come in
lap.
this lap at least. Epic Brothers is going to take a long time before he can catch up.
Yeah, that
Abhishek
is
has
helping
caught
Chips a
up,
lot.
and it's helping Chips for sure. But it's also helping the soft runners to preserve tire wear.
Yeah.
So let's see if Epic Brothers can catch up. I think he will by the end of or towards the end of next lap. So we might get those 4 laps of racing or maybe 3 laps of racing, as long as he can, reduce the number of laps, chips, where people keep getting DRS of him. It would really help his race. So let's see what
Yeah. If
happens.
Chips is listening, he should be really avoiding those curbs at this moment in safety car. Conserve tires and start heating up maybe sector 2 and sector 3 of this lap. Because I feel Epic Brothers should be able to catch up now.
And Jeshno pits, by the way. What is that about?
Okay.
Does he have a front wing damage?
No, I guess he's just losing one position and he's gonna go on fresh softs.
I mean, he
So,
was on softs already, so not sure what's happening there. He's going on another set of softs without a front wing change. So maybe you're right. It
yeah.
was a fresher set of softs. Maybe he had selected old softs or used softs rather for the pit stop, and now he's changed it to new softs. That would definitely help and worth taking that kind of a gamble.
Yeah.
If it means just losing 1%. Epic Brothers in the pits, bro. Please, you have to retire. Yes, he has retired now, and
Oh, okay. Oh, what happened? I guess he thinks
I'm
his
not
race
sure.
is done. Okay.
Yeah, I think he had a lot of penalties as well. Well, I failed to show that. Let's have a look at penalties. That's a
Yeah,
good time to
penalty
look at
situation. I
penalties.
mean, it's been a while.
Yeah, 4 people with 3 seconds. Epic Brothers had a couple of 5 seconds to his name, so I think maybe he thought it's just not worth racing those extra laps and then try to get them removed if they can be removed. But TBK,
I'm looking at pit
Bharat,
stop situation. Appreciates with 5 stops. Jishnu
wow,
with 4 stops. Okay, no doubt. I mean, they're at the back of the grid.
absolutely. Oh, Caesar!
Wait, what happened to Caesar?
Caesar, what did you do? I'm gonna kill this guy. He's ruined his race from.
Does he have a front wing damage or something?
We'll know soon enough when his car comes into the frame. I don't think he has. What is that? An end plate missing? The safety car is in this lap. End plate
Yup,
missing.
he has left end plate missing. Puts Abhishek's in.
I have never been more disappointed in a driver than Caesar tonight. First, he ruins his collie run on the last corner. Then he pits where he should not have, and then he spins it under the safety
man.
car. And
That is, I don't know. I mean,
either ways, the
not a
safety
good
car.
race today for
Yeah,
all
I mean
boys.
to say the least, not a good race at all. But
But let's
VFX is
go
still
on
going
board
to
with
score.
Kushrav.
I'll go on board with Ethan as I usually do with the third car in the safety car queue. But let's see when Chipshima can lead this, and let's see how long he can fight this. 4 racing laps to go.
I
And
think he's gonna take it to the end because why not?
that's probably a smart thing to do. And Ethan and Hushrav are sticking with him.
Wow,
So
he's
is
taking it to the
TBK
end.
very eager, and there he go.
And
Chipshima
Chips
has
has
gone,
gone, but
and
Hushrav is
Hushrav is.
sticking behind. He might go for. Okay, he doesn't. He knows he has 2-3 laps more. So, and in all that, Azun losing position. I see contacts happening, and
Abhishek and
my god,
Jishnu, something happened there.
because everybody at this point would want to make positions. There's only 3 laps remaining, so
It's
it's
side
gonna
by
be
side between
it's
Azun
gonna
and
be
Easy
clear
Level
as done.
Bot, or rather Easy Level Bot and VFix. And I think there's a pass for the lead to be made. Maybe Hushrav might get.
Quick Killer might dive as well, and okay, that is safe. Vifix had to take avoiding action, goes wide. And
Oh!
no, someone made contact with Vifix, who might put Vifix in the wall, did he?
No, he did not. Here
Okay,
goes
thank
Hushrav, by
God
the
there.
way, on. So that was an
And that's
inevitable move
Ahif
happening.
slow.
And Hushrav has taken the lead of the race from Chipshima. Ethan following closely behind. And VFix thankfully was not put into the wall. I think Quick Killer missed his braking point, and there was another car fighting him. But here goes Ethan now. Superior traction
Chips.
coming out of that corner. And is he going to make the move on Chips?
Oh,
His
no,
foot
no.
Chips. There was contact there, but
There was a bit of contact. But if I were Chips,
oh, Yash
I would...
Gosale and TBK.
Oh, no, guys, chill. TBK and Yash
This is
Gosalia,
Division
Yash
1,
Gosalia
you
and
don't
TBK.
chill here. This is Sparta.
Both would be on top of their lungs right now, shouting at each other. But again, I am on board with Chips, who would want to keep in DRS with Ethan, but he loses it. And now TBK would be hunting down Chips at this point, who is being hunted down by Yash Gosalia, and he would be definitely very much unhappy by whatever would have happened there.
Yeah, that was a bit messy. And
Yeah,
Azul is
and
round.
Gosalia,
Oh
no.
my god. But was he hit from behind?
Guys.
Division 1, guys. Yash Gosale on the back of TBK, and all this is helping Chips because Easy Level Bot has. This race has been just chaotic.
Oh my god, this race is actually chaotic. And Vifix,
It's 3 wide.
Vifix, Jishnu, and Ahif, and Easy Level, and Abhishek. God, I can't keep up with the names right now, and I see a pile up happening. Oh god, that's a lot of stuff. And TBK.
What is happening?
I'm speechless. I don't know who to
Look
be
at
on
me
board
fix
with
up
at
into
this point.
P6 already.
Vifix is P6, it's helping him
And all
gain
that,
position.
Chipsima is still P3 and he might retain that because Yash Gosale and Bharat both have penalties. Ahif has lost positions.
No.
Oh
Yash
my
Gosalia
god.
on Chips, he would be...
Come on, Ahif, get it together, man. Come on. Easy Level Bot and Azun are battling. What just happened? What are these last 2 laps? I'm not able to keep up with these incidents.
Stewards.
Safety cars should be off as far as Division 1 is concerned because I don't want safety cars. This is what happens when all cars are lined up and
But
people are impatient.
Look at the Yash and Bharat hunting down Chips. They are so close. They are at the back of his gearbox.
By the way,
because
has DRS been enabled or will it be on the last lap
DRS
maybe?
will be enabled this lap, I guess.
Yeah, DRS is enabled and Ethan is in DRS, but here goes Yash Gosalia on
Gosalia on
Chips.
Chips. I think he would be diving, and he does Chips. Oh,
yeah,
that
does
was a
well
very
to
wide line
let
by
him go,
Gosalia.
but that's okay.
Yeah.
Because Chips doesn't need to fight him, he can't. TBK is in the pits and Bharat now on
Chips
the back
just
of Chips.
needs to stay behind Gosalia in his DRS because that would keep Bharat behind him.
Bharat is depleting his battery in a bid to get ahead of Chips and he missed his braking point.
My god, guys.
He did very well to avoid him because had he braked a fraction of a second later, that would have put Chips in the runoff area and out of contention for that podium.
Yeah, but look at P8 to P14. Nobody is under DRS.
Yeah, and
right
I'm
now.
so impressed by URL Ethan right now. He's keeping up with Hushrav on the same set of tires. He will have DRS on this particular straight, but not the overtaking zone
and he has
maybe.
one more lap.
But one more lap to go.
Hushrav.
Yeah,
So
and
he should
this
be
could
conserving
be.
his battery if he's not, and should be sticking the move once he gets that chance in this last lap.
Yeah, here goes Bharat once again depleting his battery and once again trying to hold it together behind
Chips is out
Chipshima.
of- Yeah,
Chips
DRS
is
off.
Yeah,
He's
that
being
wasn't going to
hunted
happen.
down by literally
Look at
everybody.
how
Oh no, no, no,
oh,
no, Jishnu.
Jishnu. Oh, and
And that
VFX
puts
has
VFix.
up into
Wait, VFix was
P6.
P6, right?
He was maybe.
That's a.
Yes,
No,
Gosali
no,
retired.
Gosalia.
Gosali.
Chips goes
And
P3.
Chips is at podium once
No.
again. And look at Ethan. He is so close. We have to stay with this battle for the lead for the final lap of the race. Can Hushrav?
And
It's Ferrari versus Red Bull. We have seen it all together. Hushrav gets a brilliant run out of that second corner. And
yeah.
I think he has done just about
Um.
enough
Yep.
to
And I think at the
prevent the
same time, I'm going
onslaught.
to be on board with Bharat, who's just behind Chips. You be on board with Ethan because this last lap could be about changing positions.
Oh,
So
I
let's
think
see
Chips
what
has
happens.
done enough to stay ahead for this one. He should protect the inside line because Bharat is going to come for him.
Yeah,
And
but
he
Chips'
does
battery is
not.
blinking, so he should be.
Oh, don't go
Uh,
for a move there. Don't go for a move there. He doesn't. Good. That's a calm
let's
head.
go on board with
Oh,
Ethan again
goodness.
now because that's going to be the last DRS zone where he can overtake Hushrav. Let's see if it's make it stick.
Yeah, it's,
Bit wide
I
entry
think
for
Usrav
Ethan.
has.
I'm
I think
sure he
Usrav
didn't want that.
has got it. I think he has got it in the
Yeah,
bag.
I think
He's going
Hushrav
to win
has
this
got it up.
race. And
Now I'm on board with Bharat.
look at VFX. If these two collide,
Oh,
VFX
Vifix
could
goes
be on the
P5.
podium.
Okay.
Yeah, he goes P5, and if these two collide, VFX can be on the podium. But I think Bharat will have to
Oh
stay
wow.
behind. So Chips.
Oh no,
Oh,
he
VFX, can he get
again.
him? No, he does not. But in all
My
this, I
God.
think after all this madness, I think they should be able to keep it together for the final sector. It seems like. Oh, look at that, Ethan!
No,
What are
what?
you doing, Ethan? I think he
Does
might
that
still be able to. No, no,
Chips?
Gustav wins
Oh,
the
he's
race.
13 seconds behind Ethan. I
Because
don't know
Ethan
how is
is
that
going
possible.
to now limp through home, but he's still going to finish in P2.
Oh my
Chip
God.
Shima,
Okay.
my man of the hour, is going to finish on the
Yes.
podium.
What a
Bharat
race.
into P4, but he
Vifix
relegates
goes
to
P4. That's
yeah,
a.
VFX P4, Azun P5, Bharat P6, Abhishek and Jishnu and easy level bot. Quick killer in P10.
Where is
Ahif in.
Caesar?
Oh, Ahif
Caesar
takes
P12.
P10. I don't care who takes P11. Quick killer takes the final point in P12. And TBK in P13. What was 4 laps of
Driver
mayhem?
of the day. Chips and
And
Azun both, I
driver
would
of
say
the
at this
day.
point.
Yeah, Zoon. Oh, look at that TBK.
TBK.
I just saw that. I don't know how that's possible. But,
I mean,
well, he's not.
might as
And
well
he's retired
DNF,
on
yeah.
track. That's brilliant. Thank you, TBK.
Is that a penalty?
I have retired from reporting people at all, so I really don't.
But I'm gonna invite these guys. Oh
Yes,
god, what a
please.
race!
And while you do that, there is a very important message I had to send, but I forgot. So I will do that.
Sobis is driver of the day, but who? I think he
For
meant
me,
Chips
it's Chips. Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about that. Brilliant
on those
racing.
hards.
Well, here we go. That's the podium for you. That is Hushrav and Ethan and Chips on the podium. VFix salvaging a race after making a mistake or contact with someone. We're not sure. We'll ask him later on. In P5, Azun and Bharat and Abhishek and Jishnu and Easy Bot and Ahif in the top 10. That's the podium for, or that's the race classification as far as this race is concerned. We'll speak to the top 3 soon enough. Let me know
But Caesar
when
did
they
go
are
for the
in.
fastest lap, by the way.
He's gonna hear a lot from me. Going for those impatient moves, screwing it up in qualifying, and then spinning it under the safety car and having to pit under green flag conditions with 4 laps to go. I mean, how is
Spinning
this
under the
man running
safety
a league? I don't know. Either ways, I think Ethan has already joined. I'm not sure about Chips and Husrav. Let me just tag them quickly.
Yeah, I've invited them. I think they should be joining. But definitely, what a race by Chips, Azun, even Bharat for that matter. Did climb a few positions there.
Yep, they definitely did. And let me just take Hushrav and Chips.
Lots of 3-second penalties, by the way. I didn't see that in D2.
Well, this is D1. It's a much dirtier division as far as.
Yeah, dirty one, then there's dirty two. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Uh, invite. He doesn't have an invite, kya?
I did
Hushraf?
invite. Who's saying Hushraf?
Can you send him again? Chips is
Sure, I
here.
will.
And let's start with Chips before we speak with Hushraf and Ethan. So, Chips, can you hear us?
Hushraf is invited. Hushraf, if you can hear me.
I'm here, guys. I'm here.
Alright,
Just a second,
Hushraf is
Chips.
here.
By the way, congrats, great race out there. Hushraf, if you can hear me, I have invited you. I can't invite you again. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
he's
no,
here.
no,
He's
I'm
here.
here.
Hushraf is here, and for
He's here,
everyone,
he's here, okay.
yeah, please ensure that your audio is audible on the stream. And let's start then with Chips. Chips, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Yes, Chips, what happened? What a race from you and a mega drive on those old hard tires. There was a time where both of us were doubting your decision to stay out in the last safety car, and you definitely proved us wrong. Just talk us through your race and especially those last few laps.
So yeah, majority of my race was I was struggling. I was struggling with tire temps the entire race, and yeah, I think I started on the softs, which was not the best call, I think. But yeah, I didn't pit again later on. I think there were multiple times where I could have pitted, but I chose to stay out. And yeah, actually, when the final safety car came out, I was quite taken aback that I was the only one who stayed out. Everyone else had pitted.
Yeah, one more driver who should have stayed out, but we don't speak his name anymore. He's banned. Anyway, go on.
So yeah, at the restart my goal was just to lose as little time as possible in the end, and obviously but still try to defend against the others. So I must say, Hushrav, you you got on the pace right away and got ahead, so well done. But I think I was able to give all those I battled something to play around with, and it was real fun racing, but it was exhausting. My hands are numb right now.
Yeah, my throat is sore from
Yeah.
that shouting of the last 4 laps, especially the chaos behind you with Yash and
Just the
TBK
shouting.
Yeah.
fighting. It was a treat to watch, I'm sure, but it was very, very chaotic at that point in time. Smith, any questions for Chips?
Yeah, I wanna ask Chips. I mean, crazy race, well done out there. Great call going on the softs, by the way. Because when you pitted on those hards, safety car did come out, so it did kind of help you. But towards the end, when I think Bharat was behind you, how close did you feel that y'all might make contact because he was too close?
Yeah, actually, there were quite a few taps by Bharat, and but nothing too problematic, thankfully. I must also just take this moment to thank Redstone. He helped me out a lot in those final few laps. But yeah, Bharat, I know it was sensible defending, I think, from me. But yeah, he got too close and was tapping my rear end quite a lot. Though I must say that in the end, it didn't result in a DNF, so I'm grateful for that.
That's great. That's great. I mean, congratulations. You did. I think you were the only person who made only one pit stop. So great. Sticking with that.
Yeah, I
and,
think quite likely he
congrats on
was
the P3.
the only driver in the grid who did make one pit stop, and yeah,
Yeah,
the results
of
are
course,
here
because
too.
everybody pitted. Yeah.
So, yep. All right, moving on to Ethan, who believes he choked. Ethan, what happened? I think you still got P2. What are you complaining about?
I mean, I was so close to victory on the second last corner. I think Hushraf got all out of shape and
Yep.
I was caught off guard. And I don't know, I think my tires are dead because I was pushing that entire lap. So I just spun and I was like, oh my god, please don't DNF. And luckily I didn't. And I'm happy that Chips was slowing the pack down. So I managed to keep it into P2.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch the stream, when you reach that part, where you spun, please lower the volume because I gave a shriek, which I'm not proud of. And thankfully you had like what, a 13-second gap to chips in P3, and you could still finish,
Yeah.
although without a front wing, but still in that P2. But just talk us through that battle between you and Hushrav, because there was a time where you were very very close, apart from that mistake, but it seemed like Hushrav was just getting just about decent exits on the corners that mattered. So how was that battle? Because we didn't really expect you and Hushrav to battle it out after both of you overtook chips.
I was actually struggling with corner exits. I don't know why. I had like lots of rare temperature,
Hmm.
especially in quali. Like I was on for a good lap. I was nearly 4-5 tenths up on my final lap until I binned it at the bridge. So yeah, I was trying my best to catch up to him, but I couldn't really do much.
All right, but great job. Two consecutive podiums. Of course, you got that victory in Jeddah. So, really strong weekend from you, Ethan. Smith, anything to ask before we move to our race winner?
Yeah, I mean, I guess one driver who really kept it consistent, of course, until that last lap, second last or third last corner. But apart
I
from
think he
that,
just did it for the stream,
great.
to be honest. I don't think he
No,
really.
no. You
No,
think I
no.
would let go for victory that just like that?
Of course, for the
Uh,
stream, bro.
this is worse than a Manan's choke job, honestly.
Okay, you said it then. On the stream, we caught it live. So, Manan, we have someone replacing you. You give the crown to Ethan now.
But yeah,
But
top job
Ethan, congrats.
this
Yep.
weekend. Yeah, congratulations and
Yeah,
very
but
well
we
done.
moved to our race winner, Hushraf. What a race! What an epic race! At any point, did you feel that it has kind of fallen out of your hand? I mean, please take us through your race.
I think I felt that way every lap till I crossed the line. Quite honestly, because never at one point in that race was I like at ease. I mean, you have to think of the background firstly. It's Singapore. The amount of focus you need on this track, like replicate laps consistently. It's crazy. It's mentally draining. I can't imagine how they do it in real life, quite frankly. But yeah, no, I mean, my race started going to shit, self-inflicted from the second lap itself, where I put myself in the wall, had a bit of damage. Thankfully, I didn't spin or anything, so it didn't cost me time per se. But yeah, the pit stop slowed me down, and then my thinking thereon was hard tires, regardless of how many safety cars. And if there's a safety car later on, like really late in the race, which there was, then I'll consider what to do that time. And quite frankly, there was a period when I got past Ethan the first time and we were both on hards, where I was actually very happy going till the end. I mean, my tires would have been absolutely awful, but the wear was still controllable. Like I would have made it; it wouldn't have exploded. And I had quite a gap behind as well, so I was actually very happy to go till the end uninterrupted. But then obviously there was an SC, and for a second I was like, oh shit, like now I'm gonna box for soft obviously, but I think a lot of people will stay out and then I'll have to pass all of those people and it'll be a right mess. To my complete surprise, like Chip said, actually everyone boxed minus Chips, so I was actually very relieved when I saw the whole field come in. So yeah,
Yeah.
after that it was just, yeah, it was passing, and yeah, last corner there was a bit of a moment, but I survived nonetheless.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
think
mean, a
Gustav, you
great
did that for the stream
call.
as well when you basically did what Verstappen did in Abu Dhabi last corner. But did you expect Caesar to pit? Because Chip staying out was a surprise.
I did think Caesar would have done opposite to what I did, but yeah, nonetheless, I think it was, he must have seen something, he must have seen a reason as to why he had to box us off. So yeah,
Right.
Yeah, because me and Mala, we were just thinking personally that he should have stayed out. He was only on 5 lap or 6 lap old mediums.
I
So
mean, it
he
was
could
more than
have.
that, but either ways, uh, I mean, that's again speculation. But yeah, congratulations, Hushrav. A win, very, very
thank you so
welcome
much,
at
guys.
this point
Oh, absolutely.
of the season. Considering the championship battle, you will definitely gain a lot of points on VFX. We'll see how the points table plays out after
What happened
this.
to him, by the way?
Sorry.
I guess he spun
What
out.
happened to
I
him, by
think
the way?
I think he spun us on his own as well, or if he got tangled up in an incident with some other driver, we didn't really
Okay, okay,
catch it
cool,
on the
cool.
stream. So both
Alright.
you and him did make mistakes or did have some kind of an incident. You obviously in the very early second lap, we were
Yeah,
very surprised to see you in the pit at the end of the second lap and him midway through the race. But either ways, congratulations on that victory. And
thanks, guys.
good luck next weekend.
I can see you guys.
All right, I think that's it from the comms box this weekend. Congratulations once again to Hushrav Ethan, who apparently has still is not forgiven himself, and Chips for that podium. We'll see you next week in Japan. As always, Fridays is when we'll race Division 2 and Saturday same time Division 1. Until then, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. Thanks, Smith, for joining me in the comms box, and enjoy the real life Singapore Grand Prix. This is You Can Beat Me signing off. Have a good weekend. Bye bye and good night.
Good night, guys.